in between naughty moments, you would like a leading rein that goes pluck, release, to encourage stretch. Good. Good stretching now. Good. And you do not need to wait for cause or reason to test out the leading rein for turningness, because you want it very automatically installed so that when things go to pot, that might override it just because it's an old installed idea. Oh, that's a nice stretch. Yeah. That was backwards pulling. If you need to, I don't know what you wanted, slow down or something maybe, bring your hands towards your belly, somewhere between your belly button and your solar plexus, with your pinky fingers together. With those rules in mind, you can be as strong as you want, but you have to be brief. But once you separate your hands, you give him an enormous mechanical advantage to thrust his neck into torpedo mode. Test it out for no reason except to test it out. Leading left rein until he turns left. That's not leading. That's just pulling back to the left rein. Yeah, see, your elbow stays close to your body, but your forearm points straight out to the side. Yeah, more like that. Yeah. And what you're waiting for there, which we want to teach him, is when you do that, he should step left with any front leg. That could be the outer leg crossing inwards or the inner leg stepping wide. But don't wait until you have a problem to check this out. Teach it. Okay, do it now, for example. Yeah. So, even more, some front leg goes left stepping. Yeah. And you'll have to fight with your natural inclination to pull back with the left hand. Even if I say leading rein, it's normal for a person to go, yeah, right, I'll put my hand a little wider, then I'll pull back. All right, the trot just got better. Fingernails up in principle. It's hard when you have the whip, of course. Good. Other way. That's not a leading rein. That's a down pulling rein. And it's not that I feel sorry for him and that it's not nice for him. Neither one of the first one of which is not true. The second one is. But if your hand goes down like this, it pulls against the bars of the mouth, and it's okay for us to say, well, you should ought to put up with it, but I guess you don't. So I'm going to discipline myself to use leading rein rather than down pulling rein. Some horses will put up with it without even a squirm. But once he gets himself marching, marching against your hand, you're fairly doomed. Good stretch, and beginning to swing in the back. Not as much as I'd like for later, which you can tell from seeing the tail when you can see it. Okay, test the lead. Yes, good. And now I want you to try the same thing, but in a succession that you go there, now go there. And I call it veering. And that gives us stuff to do that will help us when we're inclined to just go, crap. So, I don't think it's very wonderful when an instructor just says, stop this, don't do that, don't do this. Presuming the rider's doing whatever it is I don't like, they're doing it for a reason, some anxiety, some need. So I want to say, okay, what's the anxiety, or what's the need, or what's the problem? Can I give you something else to do instead of just yelling, stop doing that? Because without an alternative plan, we're just stuck with being paralyzed. All right, so I call it veering when what? Oh, I thought you had your hand up.
You raise your hand, I have a question.
I would have done that.
So, pardon me. You really, really cultivate this idea of saying, if it's this side, that you say any front foot stepping that way is a yes, we're done. Then you say this side, any front foot stepping left is a yes, we're done. Doesn't have to go anywhere. If, however,